Oh yeah.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
We really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
And welcome back to Genshin Impact. Last time I finally beat Childe, and now we have a weird-ass chaos monster back there. This is chaos number... whatever, how many chaoses we had to fight again in Sonic Adventure.
Huh? Hold on! It's the Adepti! What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
I admit, from the lighting there, and this is actually like one of the best bosses I've actually ever seen just from this shot. Like, damn.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
Oh wow, okay.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy.
I'm loving the music right now. I gotta listen to more of the soundtrack.
And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
I can hear a Ningguang main screaming, why can't I use this? No way it's gonna be that easy. Shit. I gotta seriously dance with more fatui.
Attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
I'm telling you, man, these cutscenes, they just keep getting better. Alright, here we go.
Do not let the fatui disturb their work.
Where are they at?
All able Millilith, with me!
Alright, here we go.
Let's go help too.
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia.
Ah, but this guy's
Let
on it.
one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Killjoy, we've only just begun.
So I gotta hold this whole thing for another 6 minutes, eh?
Went too far.
Well, that's why I got my strong team for this. Damn, like, seriously, this is... Look at that shit. Like, that is just... Oh, I don't know what it is. If enemies weren't spawning, I'd take a time for a picture.
You can't run.
Off the ballista with you. Now I can actually stand against these guys with this team. What?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Whoa, okay. Ah! You say don't get hit, but if it's gonna hit the whole area, how do I not get hit?
The fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare you. Smash and I's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Off of that, off of that. Come on. These guys aren't taking any damage, and I wish it wasn't like that.
There are so many fatui.
Oh, fuck.
We can't look.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
This is not the end.
I'm taking a little bit of a beating here.
It's hard. Here,
Something about Madam Ping, she just increased our damage, I think.
take this.
This is adeptal energy.
Oh my god, that power is up there now. Okay, nice.
Shockwave. This scream's really strong.
Yeah, we got some power now. Now that one's taking a lot of damage still. I need to get over there. This is an epic battle. Thank God he just decided he was gonna run on that like an idiot.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil.
Boost our survival capability? Oh my god.
Your might. I too did this during the Archon Wars.
The Jesus look like he's liking a fight.
Shit. Well, okay.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast.
Damn, I love the speed. But now we can't really get hit by that thing if I'm watching. Whoa! I definitely gotta find out what track this is. Nice!
You are strong in
Whoa.
body and spirit.
You wield
Perhaps
all
you
three
can withstand
powers
three
at once?
forms of adeptal
Oh
energy at
shit.
once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
It will hurt. That would make sense. You're completely having just all these abilities out of nowhere. You feel immense strength. I am really loving this. This is good. This is good. I'm feeling power. The only time that I will ever feel this power. Let me hit you with a little bit of juggling. But it's still alive over here. You? Fatty? Get lost.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This is epic and I love it. Is this what it's like to have the perfect build? I think Zach will love this part. You know what, this just gave me the idea that the final battle in the whole game needs to have you just constantly be like swapped through all of the abilities.
Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
I can't hear any of your dialogue, but that's a good thing for subtitles. Well, she just cut his whole head off, basically.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
It's got a surprise. That's a lot of rare wishes. Ones that people don't want. The ballistas are busting. And everyone's falling.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
That's gonna be a lot of money gone.
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
I think I lost out on a picture there. Jeez. And how would something like that not have just blown the hell out of Liyue? Damn. So if I go over there now, am I gonna find the Jade Chamber just sitting there? Why is the music still playing? I'm gonna go over there and see if I can just find the Jade Chamber just sitting there. I definitely took a lot of pictures during that.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Perfect time for the music to come on too, because only in a few cases is music, especially during these scenes, ever like supposed to be turned on. This is random music.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Ah, yes, the lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
And they're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
The Adepti were quite reasonable in the end.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Childe wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up.
That's because he showed up to us plenty of times beforehand.
Oh, and speaking of that,
I'm
don't
sure
we
of it.
still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
I'm telling you, it's Zungling. We ain't done here.
Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
I can just... Oh god, I almost fell in the water. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Let's just get a quick teleportation. At least get up there a little bit faster. Are we gonna go... we gonna go over there and he'll be like, yes, I am Rex Lapis. And then I'll be like, had a feeling. Because really, who else could it be? If not, then I'm just gonna sound like a complete idiot. What's up? We're here to see Zhongling, aka possibly Rex Lapis. Why am I black screened? Oh.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
What's the dealio? Ah, crap, I forget the best way to get up here. Don't automatically climb that. Excuse me, coming in, don't bother me. What are you looking at? Oh, good evening. This is the Northland Bank. Yeah. What, did I mean to... What? Yeah, that was a complete accident. Let me in. I thought I hit the door, and then I somehow still talked to her.
You call this
Cryo
cooperation
woman.
between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Evil bitch. Icy bitch.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Signora.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
I didn't trust him in the first place.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Signora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Signora and Zhongli tricked you? Well, I just combined those two.
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Gnosis?
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
But why? Is it just so she would leave this place alone?
How sanctimonious.
I mean, I did have my suspicions.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil.